So there are some massive potential leaks for Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2. And I'm going to be discussing these leaks now on this video. So if you do not want to be spoiled on what's going to happen with Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2, which is coming out, I believe, November 15th, click off the video now. You have been warned. These are major spoilers for Season 6 and for Season 6 Part 2, and details and bullet points on the episodes. So here we go. Without any further ado, this is from the Cobra Kai Reddit. And firstly, Season 2, Episode 6, Enemy of the Enemy. The other day I did a video talking about the titles of these episodes and how they are, and this matches up to that. So the very first episode in November will feature these bullet points. All 16 dojos, rules, and regulations announced. That all makes sense. You have to make sure we all know that. Hawk and Dimitri versus Tiger Strike, 2 versus 5. This is a great opportunity for Hawk and Dimitri to put aside their differences. Obviously, they're friends again, but, you know, in Season 3, they reconciled, but at the very end, but they were having the trouble because Dimitri wanted Hawk to go to the same school he's going to, MIT, but they're going to have to work together to beat Tiger Strike, which is one of the other dojos. Sam and Devin versus Dublin Thunder, 2-on-2. Miguel and Robbie versus Dojo Berlin from Germany. So we have the Irish team and the Berlin team, and we're going to get to see Miguel and Robbie working together to take out Dojo Berlin. That's going to be awesome right there because we see them having that non-stop rivalry in Cobra Kai going all the way back to Season 1. Seeing them work together is cool. Now, this is interesting. 2v2. This is in the Sensei division. Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso will be teaming up against Dennis and Snake. Now, if you're wondering who Dennis and Snake are, remember Karate Kid Part 3. Remember how on the side of Cobra Kai there was Terry Silver, there was John Kreese, and then there was those two other guys. I think one of them had like one line. They were hanging out with Mike Barnes. So they're back for this tournament, and we're going to see Johnny and Daniel take them on. Kenny and Anthony are called for backup. So we knew that was going to happen because there was a leaked picture of Kenny wearing the white gi at the end of Season 6, Episode 5. So that doesn't surprise me. Anthony, maybe they'll work together. You never know. Chosen meets Kumiko and Yuna in Okinawa. That's going to continue that storyline because I do think that by the end of the series, Chosen will end up back with her. And the big cliffhanger, Terry Silver returns and receives help. Now, the Terry Silver returns part makes sense, but the receives help thing, that's the part where I'm a little confused. Obviously, like we've talked about in previous videos, Terry Silver has himself said he's got a lot of attorneys in his back pocket. He's got a ton of money, so we knew he wasn't going to stay locked up forever. But for Terry Silver, what do they mean by receives help? Also, I'm not sure if this means that Terry Silver is going to be with Team Cobra Kai. Yes, it was his Cobra Kai dojo that qualified for the Sekai Taikai tournament, but he was locked up, and now we have, of course, John Kreese there. It sounds like Terry might have his own crew or represent a different dojo, but that does not surprise me in the slightest. There's obviously somewhat of a time skip between in Season 6, Episode 5, when Daniel finds out that Miyagi was in Sekai Taikai, then it cuts to everybody arriving in Barcelona. There's obviously some kind of time skip there, so maybe we'll get like flashbacks or something to tell us what happened during that time. So, moving on. Season 6, Part 2, Episode 7, Homecoming. This is a big one right here. Julie Pierce revealed as Dimitri's mother. We never saw Dimitri, like we haven't seen Dimitri's mother. I did not think this is going to be how they were going to reintroduce Julie. And in case you forgot, Julie Pierce is Miyagi's student from the next Karate Kid. So they're going to reveal that somehow in this episode. Kwan and Tori against Fauci Della Nate 2 versus 2. This is, of course, Kwan and Tori from Cobra Kai working together. There has been some speculation amongst the fans that there's going to be a new love triangle between Tori, Kwan, and Robbie. I'm not sure if that's really where it's going to go down, but there is a rumor that Robbie breaks up with Tori. In fact, it's actually right here. Robbie breaks up with Tori in a nightclub. So it could be that she gets with Kwan, and then that could build up some heat between Kwan and Robbie. Who knows? Miguel and Sam versus Furia de Pantera, which I guess is either Spain or Mexico, 2 versus 4. It's good to see Miguel and Sam working together. Of course, that was the original relationship from Cobra Kai continuing. Kata and Weapons to Competition. We're going to see the demonstrations of that. Robbie breaks up with Tori. I just mentioned that because I guess it would probably have to do with the fact that Tori went back with Cobra Kai after they all thought that she was going to be on their side. But of course, you have to realize that she in her head just lost her mother. Kreese is very manipulative. She's not in the right state of mind. So clearly, it's going to lead to her not really making smart decisions. Plus, she assumes that LaRusso and Team Miyagi-Do was going to pick Sam over her anyways because Sam is their kid. So that's why she went over to Cobra Kai. But I'm interested to see how the story progresses. West End Warriors versus Polar Slaggett elimination round. Those are two teams that we haven't been introduced to yet properly. So I look forward to seeing who's going to be on those teams. That looks like fun. Kenny replaces Devin once she is injured. So there had been talk about Devin getting injured at some point in the tournament or somebody getting injured. I know some folks thought it was Sam and Kenny replacing him. So it's going to be Devin. Now, it doesn't say here that Kenny finds out that Devin is the one that actually gave him the X-Lax. It doesn't say that here, but I do hope that that does pay off because that way he won't think it's Anthony. It's unfair what happened to him. Tori's mother's death revealed as a murder. That's a big one to me because it was implied in the episode that she died of natural causes. If her mom was really murdered, that's going to obviously lend credence to the fact that people believe that Kreese and or Terry Silver killed her mom. I don't think it was Kreese or Terry Silver. It may have been Kim. It may have been her. But I'm not entirely... I just don't think it's Kreese because Kreese lost his mother at a young age. And even though Kreese has literally killed people, as we saw in the Vietnam flashback, I don't think he would go that far as to be the one to kill Tori's mom because that's going to go against his redemption. It just doesn't... to me, Terry Silver's more likely because of how psychopathic he is. But John Kreese doing it to me, I think it's almost too much. It's almost unnecessary. So of course, when Tori finds out her mom was murdered, that's going to end up messing up her brain. So that's what I got for you today. Episodes 6 and 7 of season 6 going to be airing in November. I am excited to see what else happens, man. We still got a lot to go because you know those last couple of episodes, both in part 2 and part 3, are going to be 45 minutes long or more. So what do you think? Let me know down below and leave a like, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.